What's up, y'all? It's Monday. It's 5 o'clock in the morning, my time. And unfortunately, I'm packing my stuff, getting ready to head back to the good old US of A. Getting ready to head back to New York City, the city that never sleeps and the city that never allows me to relax. The city that I always have demands of me. I know I have things waiting for me right now that I dedicated myself to not thinking about until I actually arrive back. Because at first I was like, you know what? Let me make sure that I don't fall too far behind with these things that I got going on. And I brought some of my work and stuff with me. And then that lasted about, because I got here Thursday, so that lasted about a day, maybe 2 days. And then I said to myself, you know what? Uh, while I'm here, just enjoy the time that I'm here. Know that I'm just gonna have a mountain of things to do when I get home, like I usually do. But I'm not home. This is a vacation. So I said to myself, you know, uh, let's just enjoy my time. And I'll cross that bridge ultimately when I come to it, which will essentially be tomorrow. Because I'm so glad this time around I actually made sure to take Monday off as well. Because sometimes I come back from these trips and I jump right back into work the same day. But I was like, you know what? No. This time around, I'm taking the extra day. I took 2 extra days because I originally planned to take the time off from just Friday actually. Just Friday. I was gonna come on Friday. I was gonna leave to come here on Friday and then go back home on Sunday and then be back at work on Monday. I was like, you know what? I'm taking Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Monday. So I got about Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 6 days, which is amazing. Good morning, Colleen. When I come over here to Canada specifically, and specifically to my grandma's house, most specifically to grandma's house, I get the best sleep of my life. And there's multiple reasons for that. Number one, when you have a grandmother gets to a certain age, if I don't speak to my grandma for a week when I'm at home, because she doesn't live by me, obviously. So if I don't speak to her for like a week, the week could get busy. I might have things to do. If I don't hear from her, I'm not that I'm concerned because I know that if something would happen to her, I would hear about it. I would know about it. But what I'm trying to say is, um, when I know she's good, I know that I'm good. So when I can literally physically see her before I go to sleep, talk to her, give her a hug, tell her I love her, and then go to my bed, that contributes to my sleep being amazing because I know that, no matter what happens, I was able to actually see her and speak to her and before I go to bed. But number two, y'all are used to hearing plain sounds or just like a bunch of sounds, cars, all this different noise in my background because that's what it's like in New York. Where she lives in Canada is the quietest place ever. I sleep uninterrupted. I don't hear a thing. Third, there's nothing required of me here other than to be alive. When I am in New York, I am pulled in 6,000 different directions, whether that be work obligations, whether that be side jobs that I do, whether it be friends or family depending on me for things. My grandma doesn't want for nothing from me. I mean, I'll take that back. Not that she doesn't want for nothing. She does put me to work. She has me go and help her with her electronics. I mean, I think that most people with older parents or grandparents, and then you're the grandson and you come over to the house, they do that stuff. Hey, can you help me with the TV? Can you fix the phone? Can you help me with the computer? Oh, can you go with me to the store and help me pick this out? I mean, actually, sorry that this is not about Big Brother right now. I'm gonna get to that, but other things on my mind at this time, obviously. I was able to utilize everything that I learned taking care of my dad to get my help my grandmother with some safety measures for the house. So I was able to help get her like a bed rail because she had a fall at some point. What else? I was able to help her pick out this lift chair. She got a pretty good deal. I mean, lift chairs are expensive, but she had trouble getting out of her classic old rocking chair that she's had for years because she's not, her body is not the same at almost 90 as it was, I can't even say so many years ago because before her stroke, which was 2019, December 2019, she was independently functioning. She's still like, I want to say 75% functional independently, but she was like 100%, as in she was driving, as in she was able to just go do her own shopping. She took care of her garden. She went to exercise classes. Granted, she's recovered better than most people. I saw my dad who's 20, almost, let me see, 1951 and 1934. Yeah, like about 17 years. He was 17 years younger than her, and he had a stroke in his 60s and never recovered. So the fact that she can walk, regained the usage of, I forgot which side. I want to say her right side. It doesn't matter though. She's able to walk. And in the house, she mostly walks without her cane, which she shouldn't always do, but she does. She only really uses that cane when she's out places, and she refuses to use the walker, which I also think the walker would be a good investment because she'll walk with that cane. She kind of uses the what's it called? Is it the cart? She kind of uses the shopping cart as the walker. So it's like, oh, I don't really need the walker, but the reason why the walker would be beneficial to her is because she needs to get one of those walkers that has a seat so that when you push it and then you get tired, you can sit down on the walker instead of standing up and being like, my knee is locking up, because she has really bad arthritis. And then also that thing that happens uh, when the cartilage in your knee is all like worn, it's like it's gone. And then when you walk, it's a knee on knee. It's like bone on bone. And then they recommend you for the surgery that she will never do. She's like, I'm already this old and I don't have a reason to do it now. But um yeah, I love being able to come here, even though I don't come here much, and help my grandma. I love being in a place where I can put everything down and say that for this time period that I'm here, nothing else really matters. Hi, Ed. Hi, Ed. Um, Yeah, for this time period, nothing else really matters except for just my relaxation and my enjoyment. And this place has done wonders for my anxiety, I must say. I felt a little anxious, maybe the first or no, it wasn't the first day, the second day that I was here. But those were just nerves related to, I did have a few things to do. So it was like, and then I was thinking about, man, these two races are Saturday, Sunday, and I don't know how ready I am, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through both of them because that particular race. Wow, man. Wow, wow, wow. It's the hardest thing that I do on my schedule every year, and I did it twice. I did it back to back days, and somehow my legs didn't give out, even though I'm feeling every bit of my new age. All right. My dad was the same way. He only started using the walker after I want to say after his second major stroke. And that was not even really because he chose, like, oh, time for me to use the walker. It was because after the second stroke, his dementia progressed to where now at that point we would just tell him, like, hey, you need to use this walker. And he would just be like, okay. But when his mind was still there fully, um, he was not trying to use the walker or the cane. And he had just several falls. And he didn't give up driving until, again, the second stroke, when I guess some part of it was realizing his limitations, but also his mind was not fully there. My grandma was born in 1934. Dad died at 70. My mom got until 83. Yeah, so we are in a month's time. I'll be back here in Canada to celebrate my grandmother's 90th birthday, knock on wood. Actually, that's not her actual birthday, but that's when we're coming together is, I think like a month before. And I'm going to be the MC. I've never MC'd an event before. I've MC'd an event, but not like this type of event. I've MC'd like a karaoke night or actually I guess that's about it. I've had speaking events, but in terms of MCing, the karaoke nights were the only ones that I MC'd ever. So when they asked me to do this, I thought about my dad and how my dad was the MC or the co-MC for my grandparents, my same grandma here that's still alive, and my grandfather for their 50th anniversary, which was 2003. So they co-MC'd that. So when I said yes, I was really thinking about him, and I was like, I want to do the type of job that would make him proud about this. I'm thinking of jokes. I'm thinking of things that I want to do to make this awesome. And I'm honored because most people who know me know that me and my grandma, that's the closest person in my life. From the day that I was born, she was there. I lived in her house for the first few years of my life. And she told me this story. Well, I'll get into that on another day, maybe on my other channel, because I could talk about this topic for days. Now, let's jump in to what I was going to talk about. I still did not see the episode. I did not see the episode. I'm sorry, y'all. I did not see the episode tonight. I did not see. Shoot, I'm 2 episodes behind on Survivor. I'm an episode behind on the challenge. I'm just behind on everything. maybe tomorrow is gonna be, or maybe today I should say, is gonna be like a catch up day when I get back into the States where I can just watch a few episodes and catch up and everything. But in terms of when I've been looking at the clips on my clip websites about the feeds, I haven't really seen much new about the feeds. It's just a lot of back and forth discussion. And the main components of this discussion are obviously MJ and Chelsie, because Chelsie is like MJ's number one advisor. And oh, 15, like about 15-minute timestamp. I'm gonna put that in the comments when I post this. About a 15-minute timestamp for when I start talking about Big Brother. So they've just been going back and forth. I looked at a conversation from today, and it looked almost identical to a conversation I watched them have last week because I haven't actually sat down and looked at the feed since I left. And that was on Thursday of last week, and the conversation looked very similar. And they were going back and forth again about saying, we want a deserving winner. We don't want, even if we win, we don't want somebody in second place taking $75,000 away from somebody who's more deserving. We are the most deserving. So MJ is going back and forth about, should we stick with Cam or should we stick with Rubina? She is saying to Chelsie that she feels it would be embarrassing to lose to either Cam or Rubina, but she said it's not embarrassing because of them. It's embarrassing. It would be embarrassing if they dominate the entire season. If they, as in Chelsie and MJ, entire season, and then get to the end, and then one of them takes a comp and wins in the end. But then MJ said that she feels that either of them would win against Cam, but she said that she feels like it's a possibility that if either one of them sat next to Rubina, they might lose. So the interesting thing is MJ and Chelsie are very aware of the threat level of each other, which makes me wonder, since they are aware that one of the two of them will likely be the winner. Like, obviously, if we look at combinations, as far as combinations are concerned, I think that MJ beats either Cam or Rubina. And I think that Chelsie beats either Cam or Rubina. So they know this. So that makes me wonder, in the final HOH, do they pick the person that they know that they can beat? And do they want to take the risk? I get, because the reason I say the risk is because I think Cam is more likely to win than Rubina, at the very least part one, because Cam has not shown himself to be good when it comes to like the memory competitions. He has not really shown himself to be good with those. Although he has been studying, I'll give him that. Like, I have seen him studying, but he has not showed out for any of those memorization competitions. But yeah. So I know there's a part one and a part two. He might not even make part three, to be honest with you, but that's what I'm not liking about this particular Final Four. But I guess it's not new because I'm remembering, the Final Four last year of Jag and Matt and Bowie Jane and Felicia. And then I remember the Final Four. Do I remember the Final Four the previous year? Okay, so there was Taylor, Monty, Turner, and I want to say, I can't remember whether the fourth person was Alyssa or Brittany, but there was four of them. I don't want to see either Cam or Rubina take this, and I'm not usually one who's like it solely depends on comps or anything like this, but it's just like I feel Cam and Rubina have both done very minimal to impact the game of Big Brother. It's nothing to do with. It's not like I would hate the winners if they happen to win. You know what I mean? It's not like oh man, this person won. Like I'm so upset in terms of I don't like this person like as a person. I like Cam as a person and I like Rubina as a person, but as Big Brother players, I don't feel like either socially or comp wise that they have been influential players, and I don't like seeing people win who haven't done anything that I feel is deserving of a W. That's simple. I have no idea why MJ would take Chelsie. I mean, I don't know. Like, that's the thing. I mean, logically, obviously, if she were to win part, if she were to win the last HOH, the smart money is on picking whichever person that she chooses out of Cam or Rubina to be there in the final three. Smart money for her would be to pick that person. And but then so the funny thing is, I guess in Chelsea's case, it's the same thing. I still think she would beat MJ, but the surest way to take home $750,000 would be to choose Cam if Cam is there, or Rubina if Rubina's there. She would beat either of them. Already has T-Core, Timo, Cam, Rubina, and Quinn. That's all she needs. All right, so I am jumping off this thing, but I have a connecting flight today, so therefore I am going to be spending more time in the airport than I want to, but that was just the cheapest flight available. So it is what it is. And but thanks for joining me. Shout out to the replay crew. Shout out to those who are on here. And please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification bell to get notified of when I drop some more great content. Thanks, Colleen. And have a good, well, for you, it's more night than morning. But for me, it's probably more morning than night. And I'll talk to y'all soon.